A simple fruit, one that's loved by many, could be the reason behind so many disasters in boating history, whether being from pure ignorance of its dangers, or from not believing in such superstitions, or just simply forgetting how dangerous it can be. An everyday snack might just be a sailor's nightmare. On this episode of Travel Flow Radio, we discuss how a banana can easily turn a fun time on a boat into chaos ensuing. So sit back and enjoy today's episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Travel Flow Radio. I'm your host, Syndigo, and today is going to be a really fun episode because I have my best friend, Tollina, on the podcast. We're going to be obviously talking about some banana on boat stories. If you have any banana on boat stories, please reach out to me on Instagram at Travel Flow Radio, or any other stories that you'd like to share with me written as a short story that I share on the podcast, or we can set up an actual episode together, which would be really fun. I'd love for as many people as possible on the podcast. And before this one gets started, I just want to let you guys know that this was the first time that I did a virtual episode with somebody, and so we're still working out the kinks of audio and stuff on Zoom. So just be patient, and thank you for your patience. If there's any glitches in the audio or anything like that, it is a journey. And also, this one is just a fun, quick story with Tollina. There will be more Tollina stories as we come on, more next week and the following week. So there'll be some more background on kind of who she is and more of our international trips and trips in the U.S. together. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much. Here's some background information on why bananas are so bad. So bananas being bad luck on boats has been a superstition for a really long time. It goes back to when they first started shipping bananas across oceans to get bananas, say, from like South America or Africa or Central America to North America. And there's a lot of things that happen with that because bananas rot quickly and they ripen quickly. So sailors and captains on boats are very pressured to get to their destinations at a reasonable time before the bananas rot. So just because people are moving quicker, they have more pressure on them. Of course, they're going to make mistakes. So that kind of causes a lot of things to go wrong because people are just moving quicker than they should. Also, of course, a banana peel is slippery. People could fall. That's kind of an obvious one. Also, bananas are great places for spiders to hide inside. And that's something that people kind of ward against anyways, is when you're going shopping for fruits and stuff, to be aware because there could be spiders like inside of these bananas or other fruits similar to them. I'm not trying to like give you something extra to worry about, but so these crazy like spiders like brown recluses could be in these boats and then get out of the bananas, or people be moving the bananas and get bit by a brown recluse or another like deadly spider or pest and need medical attention, but be in the middle of the ocean and can't receive that medical attention and therefore potentially could die or lose a limb or, you know, just be really sick for a while. Also, one of the most interesting reasons why bananas on boats have been such a bad superstition is because bananas naturally produce ethylene, which is a highly flammable gas. And when they are stored in large quantities, of course, they're going to emit a lot of this ethylene gas. And bananas, if they were stored anywhere close to the engine, when they used to use like a real fire powered engine, it would cause, you know, a fire to start out or the engine to explode. So there's lots of reasons why sailors and fishermen have had this superstition for a really long time, and I just wanted to give some background on that. So here we go. We have a very exciting episode today because we have one of my very best friends joining us on the podcast. Welcome, Tollina Bond. Thank you for being here on the podcast.
Hello.
How are
Thank you for
you?
having me.
Yes.
I'm pretty good. We woke up and it was completely white
Oh my God.
outside, and I'm about to go play in the snow after this.
Oh, that'll be so fun. My-
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, right now we're gonna go just kind of over a fun little story that we've had here locally in North Carolina. It's a lake called Lake Fontana, and I probably shouldn't even say too much about it. But, anyways, it's been filmed in a couple of films, like Nell was filmed there, which unfortunately I thought it was filmed in a different lake, but it was this one. But, anyways, we're staying out on this like floating little house. It's kind of like if you were to put a shed on some floating blocks and like push it out to the lake. That's pretty much where we were staying. And we were using like one of my family members' boats, and it was my birthday weekend, and had a couple of friends out there. We're having a great time, and there's like a rope swing that you can take the boat out to and swing on it. So we were gonna head out over that way, and we all are eating bananas, and we bring some bananas on the boat, which unfortunately I don't know why I didn't think about this. All throughout my life, my parents have always taught me never bring bananas on a boat. It's literally like one of the first things you learn as a child is don't bring bananas on the boat. That's what I've always been told. And that day, we are driving around the boat, we're drinking, we're having a great time, we're playing music. I think I had like my didgeridoo on the boat at one point, and I'm like eating bananas with the peel on. And
Oh
there's a
my
pic-
God.
there's a picture of me, and I literally am chomping on a banana, peel and all, while I'm driving a boat. It's the most. If that picture ever gets out, I'm done. I'm going into recluse. I'm becoming a hobbit in the woods. But anyways, we're all eating these bananas. We're having a great time. But the thing with the banana and the peel, if you eat the banana with the peel, it has a bunch of serotonin in it, and it actually makes you really, really happy and just kind of builds your energy up. So that's why I eat bananas with the peel sometimes. Have you ever tried that, Tollina?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you need to
I
add
have
it to the
not.
list.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
It needs to be like a almost brown banana because it's a little bit less
Uh-huh.
fibrous, the peeling.
Yeah,
And
I've seen you do it a couple times.
yeah, it's one of the funniest things that you can do is like have a very brown banana and talking to somebody with it, and just, you're not eating it yet. It's still just in its complete form. And you're, kind of talking with your hands, talking with the banana, and then you just take a bite out of it, looking somebody directly in the eyes. It's one of the funniest things you can do as a human. So I recommend everybody to do it.
It's a very unpredictable move, that's for
You got to
sure.
keep them guessing. You
You
got to keep
do.
them
You
guessing.
gotta. You gotta.
So we're on this boat, and then chug a lug a lug a lug a lug. It comes slowly to a halt. We ended up running out of gas. Was like what had happened, and everybody like me. I'm the type of person I kind of jump into leader mode sometimes when I come into like these like okay emergency air quotes situation. So, because we run out of gas and the boat is slowly floating towards the mountain and it's going to crash into the mountain. And so Captain Sydney makes everybody jump into the water and start like swimming and like kicking and pushing the boat away from the mountain. And I have like a 2x4 piece of wood that I'm like trying to use as a paddle. And then I jump in the water, and then I think I'm pushing her at some point, or maybe I stay on the boat the whole time. I can't
Yeah, like
remember.
some of us are pushing and some of us are pulling in a way.
I can like
And
I can picture Toledo right now in the water pushing this boat, swimming.
and, like, yeah, basically we get the boat like out from that area and we're like, what's wrong with the engine? Or like, like we didn't even know it ran out of gas yet.
Yeah, we
And
were still trying to like fix it.
because we had just started driving the boat. Like I mean, we had driven it around the lake like a few times, but it was like first day and like,
Yeah. It was like you can look at the gas gauge, but it's kind of tricky because it's like I don't really know why it looked like it had gas in it, but it didn't. I have no idea. Maybe it was so low it looked full. I don't
Maybe
know if
it
it
was
works like that.
broken.
But anyways, then eventually we just decide to tie it up to the tree that we are almost like kind of running into because we thankfully my dad was staying not too far away and he because I was like I really did not want to call like the Coast Guard of the lake or whatever because I had been drinking. It's my birthday. And I just don't want to get the police involved. So thankfully my dad was like not too far away and he was like, okay, I'm coming. And I was like, okay, we're here. We're gonna be tied up to the side of a mountain. Just look for us. So we get out our floaties and we're just chilling for a while.
Yeah, we were vibing
I know, I was like,
and
I
it
don't know
was
why we didn't
great.
think about that before.
Your dad
Sorry.
came to help us, and then we made it back. We had a fun day. And the next day, we went out on the boat again, of course. We're like full tank of gas. We're good.
We have a great
And
day. We went out to the lake swing. It was perfect.
yeah, we jumped off some cliffs into the water. It was super great.
So what we concluded after the first day, though, when we ran out of gas, is that we had bananas on the boat, and that's not something you can do. And then, so the next day when we went out, we had a great day. We didn't bring any bananas, and then we on one of the days, one of the girls has to leave, so we're taking her back to her car, and she is like, Sydney, please, can I please bring this banana? I really want to eat it later. And I'm like, okay, sure. So we all get in the boat and we're leaving. And as we're leaving, the steering is cuts out on the boat. And we've like made it maybe 50 feet from the house and the steering cuts out and you can't go anywhere. So once again, panic ensues and I'm yelling at people and somebody like we had a paddle board with like a kayak thing on like a kayak paddle. Somebody had taken that off the boat. So now we're back to our 2x4 and trying to like, get us back to the
Yeah.
to the cabin. And then so we call my dad again. He's coming back out. Once again, cue the thunderstorm. And then it just starts like pouring rain. And or maybe my dad shows up first and then it starts pouring rain. But I tell my friend, I'm like, don't take that banana on the boat. Whatever you do, leave it here or eat it right now. And my dad comes back and I remember he takes her and we stay at the house. He takes her back to her car at the dock area. And as they're going back, like I said, it's dumping rain, high winds, like full on, like almost thunderstorm right now. She almost falls out of the boat. And then she gets back to her car. She gets back to her house. She looks in the bottom of her bag and there's like a mushed up banana in the very bottom of her bag that she brought out on the boat. And that's why she almost fell off.
She didn't even mean to.
She didn't even mean to. I don't know why. Like literally, I think every single person that came on that trip brought some bananas with them. Like Taylor brought some, you brought some,
Yeah.
Claire brought
It's a good
some.
snack.
It's a great snack, just not
My
on a
parents did
boat.
not. My parents did not tell me about no bananas on a boat. I've
Maybe
never
because I
heard of
grew
that
up with like
before.
a fishing family, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Another time that we had been out there. So it's like a shed of a house with like a tiny toilet that would be like probably the same like setup as like an RV. But for some reason, all the water pumping went out and we couldn't use the toilet on the house. So we had to get in the water or take the boat across the water to the land and like take poops over there because we couldn't do it at home. And we called it Poo Poo Island. But you just never know what you're gonna get
Yeah.
into out there. You got to be prepared for anything.
Whenever the dog wanted to go.
Oh my god, we even had to take the dog, get the dog on the boat, and then take him. Was that Bilbo we had? I think so.
Yeah, that was Bilbo.
Oh, well, that's good. Bilbo's Poo Poo Island Adventures. Well, thank you so much, Tollina, for coming on the podcast. I've had a lot of fun reminiscing on our travels throughout the years.
Yeah, me too. This was really fun. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and thank you everyone for listening. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, all those things on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and soon to be YouTube. Also, hit me up on Instagram at Travel Flow Radio if you have any questions about this episode or any of the future episodes or past episodes. Please let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. So, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Toto, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye bye.
Bye
Okay.
bye.